Greetings, everyone. This new tale I bring to you all is another one about a doll. And yes, I am playing off an old childhood fear of mine. When I was a boy, I was terrified of dolls, and my mom used to collect them, and my grandmother used to as well. Anyway, without further delay, sit down, get comfortable, and I will tell you a tale like none that you've ever heard. Everything was perfect. I had parents, my sister, and a dog. I had perfect grades. I had everything I wanted. My life was perfect. That all changed one day. February 10th, 1999. I was turning 15. My parents gave me an old Korean porcelain doll that was made back in the 1800s. Apparently, they found it on eBay for a surprisingly cheap price. The description read, "Do not send back." My parents knew I liked old things, and because this doll was so beautiful and cheap, it would be the perfect gift for me. They still wondered why the doll was so cheap. It was old and beautiful, and the seller did not want it back. On the day of my birthday, I received the doll. I looked into its beautiful brown, glossy eyes. It looked empty. The doll wore beautiful clothing, very soft. Whenever I saw the doll, I thought of emptiness, hollow, nothing. But I soon became attached to this doll. I became possessive of it. I never let anyone touch it. I cleaned this doll every day and brushed her hair twice a day to make sure it stayed perfect. She was special, different from any of my other old items and dolls. She stayed on my dresser, which was in front of my bed, so I could see her every night when I went to bed, and she could see me too. My life started changing. My life started to revolve around this doll. I lost friends, my grades dropped, and people started to worry. I became obsessed with this doll. I spent all my time with it. It got to the point to where my parents knew they had to get rid of the doll. They knew they could not send the doll back because the seller said, "Do not send this back." One day, my parents went into my room while I was at school to get rid of the doll. When they checked my dresser, the doll was gone. They assumed that I had taken the doll to school with me. When I arrived home from school, the first thing I did was go into my room to check on the doll. I never would bring my doll to school with me, because I refused to risk anything happening to it. This doll was my baby, my life. My doll was right where I had left it, on my dresser, staring at my bed. My parents walked in my room and saw me looking at the doll. They were a little confused, because earlier the doll was not there, but they just assumed that I had placed it there. I set the doll onto my bed, and I began brushing her beautiful black hair. I then left the room to use the bathroom. While I was in the bathroom, I heard my dog walk into my room. You would think I would worry about my dog harming my doll, but he never destroys anything. Plus, he is too small to jump up on my tall bed. A few minutes later, I exit the bathroom and enter my room. I find my doll on the floor next to my bed. No! I thought my dog had somehow knocked her off the bed and harmed her. I checked the doll, and nothing was wrong with her. But that's when I saw blood. I saw blood coming from under my bed. I looked under the bed to see my dog bleeding, eyes wide open and tongue sticking out. My dog was dead. A week later, I had kept an eye on my parents and the doll. I knew they were still trying to get rid of the doll. I had put my doll on the couch in the living room so she could watch TV with me. I once again left to use the bathroom. In the bathroom, I heard my mom talking to herself in the kitchen, which was right next to the bathroom. I need to get rid of it. This doll is hurting her. I heard my mom's footsteps, and I knew what she was going to do. She was going to get rid of the doll. I jump up and out of the bathroom, and before I even take a step out of the bathroom, I heard a blood-curdling scream. It was my mom. I entered the living room, and my mom is on the floor, bleeding. She is dead. My doll is still on the couch, positioned the way I left her, but she is staring down at my mom. My doll's head was unmovable. A month had passed, and my sister sat down on my bed with me. She talked to me and about how my obsession with this doll was not okay. I started to think she was right. I had to get rid of this thing. I went to my dresser, but my doll wasn't there. My sister and I searched the entire house, but could not find the doll. We eventually gave up. We went to visit my mother's grave a few days later. We saw her. We saw the doll.